Hari Hari Om Tas. Hari Om Tas. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Ananta Shastram Bahu Veditavyam Swalpascha Kalo Bahavascha Vighnaha Yat Sarabhutam Tadupasidavyam Hamsayaryatha Kshiramiva Ambu Mishram. This is a verse you must have heard from me. Whenever I speak about Shastras, especially to an audience for perhaps a single time, I begin with this shloka. What does it say? Ananta Shastram. Ananta Shastram. It means that our Shastras are infinite. It is so, infinite. What is meant by a Shastra? A Shastra is actually a rational presentation of the subject it deals with. What is meant by rational presentation? Presentation in which reason, logic and propriety are resorted to by the author, by the exponent. Whatever he speaks will be in terms of reason, in terms of propriety, in terms of logic. For any intelligent man, Shastras are very, very dear. He will always love to have Shastras along with him wherever he goes and whatever he does. If you derive it properly about any subject or proposition, the Shastras will dissect it properly for you, evaluate it, analyze it properly, explaining to you what is the good part, what is the bad part, what is the qualitative and what is the disqualitative part of it. So there is always, this is the way you should talk to your children right from their young age. Don't give them do's and don'ts. Explain to them why it is to be done and why something should not be done. Our intelligence is always to be awakened. It always craves for knowledge. And knowledge, once properly given, it will have its indispensable influence in the individual. I always say knowledge is the greatest persuasion for any human, any time in this world. Now our Shastras give you abundant knowledge. Knowledge about what? Knowledge about the world in which you live. Knowledge about your own personality with which you are born, which you have developed and with which you live and move, strive for and achieve. Do you know your personality in full? Not at all. Our body is a biological aggregate. It is known to the doctors, medicinal science people. It is not known to you. So body we completely live. We only feed the body, as a result of which it grows and it maintains itself. Even in feeding the body, I don't think we are knowledgeable. Not knowing how much of food and nourishment are required by the body, we go on eating. And what will be nutritive and what will be not so? Will it increase weight unnecessarily? Can we eat beyond what we can use? Eat only that much which you can use up during the day. There should be no excess nutrition at all. This is actually a Shastra point. You know what our people say? Shud vyadhischa chikitsyadam. Consider hunger to be a disease. And as you will treat a disease with medicine, treat the hunger with the medicine called food. Treat the hunger with the medicine called food. So the food is actually a medicine to appease hunger. And in the process you also give nutrition for the body so that it will have strength to spend for about 16 hours of the day when you are active. So this is the science of having our food. Is anyone in this assembly eating in a proper and healthy manner? Eat to the extent the body needs, and whatever you have eaten up, make sure that it is used up by activity in the following hours of the wakefulness. Never eat more. Do not eat less also. So there should be a science about eating. A science about eating. Just see how fat people are becoming. They become so fat that they are unable to move their body. And do you mean to say this fat has come from the air? From the water you drink? It has entered your body only through food. So you can write Shastra on any subject. We generally think of Shastras as a treatise or a composition in which we are enlightened about our life in the world, what the world is, and what is our own life and personality. Then the third factor the Shastras discuss is how are you as an individual interacting with the complex world, making sure that the interactions benefit and enrich you and they are also benevolent to the world. Do nothing which will be harmful to the world and will be harmful to yourself. Very simple. Now this is an analysis. Then how to interact with this world. When we interact with the world appears to be very mighty, powerful and overwhelming and overpowering us at every point. But is it supposed to be so? It is a place for us to live. We live for a few decades. So we must be able to live in a manner that will enrich and ornament us, and that will also go to ornament the world and the society. So the art and process of dealing with the world, interacting with the world, these are the only three subjects dealt with in our Shastras. A discussion of the human personality in full, a discussion of the complex nature of the world in full, and the art and the process of interacting with the world as an individual. So we have so many Shastras, infinite. Bahu Vedidavyam. There is a great measure to be known. Swalpascha kalo. The time available for us is very short. Initially we get into academic studies, we acquire qualification, get employment, start doing work, then get married, get settled. So where is the time? When will you start learning the scriptures? Bhavascha vighnaha. A number of obstacles are there. Therefore, what should be done? All these difficulties we recognize. But even then, there is a way of dealing with the need for learning the Shastras and being guided by them. What is that? Yat sarabhutam tadupasidavyam. What is essential in the Shastras? Tadupasidavyam. Get hold of the essence and leave all others. Only one essence. Tadupasidavyam. Hold on to it, practice it, follow it, perfect it. Hamsair yadha kshiram ivambu vishram. The swan is a wonderful bird, they say. Hamsa. It relishes milk to a great deal. But when you give it milk, milk means there will be some water in the milk. To a certain proportion it is okay. It will make milk fluid, tasty. Even when you extract it from the cow, you will find that it is fluid. So water is there is no doubt. But suppose the water percentage is more, the whiteness of the milk is sufficiently so white that in 1 liter of milk, even if you pour quarter or a little more of water, it will not change its color. So when a quantity of milk in which a large percentage of water is there, when that is given to the swan, it has got such a wonderful power of discretion and such organic skill also that it will simply suck the milk and leave the water. Your approach to the Shastras should be like that. Take the essence and leave the water back, the non-essentials back. Ananta Shastram Bahu Veditavyam Swalpascha Kalo Bhavascha Vigraha Yas Sarabhutam Tadupasidavyam Hamsairiyatha Kshiramimivam Bhumishra. Our people are very, very great. I don't know how much of feeling you have about this holy land of Bharat. Right from Himalayas up to the Kanyakumari. It's a wonderful land. And we have been able to reach the benefit of education even to the nooks and corners of India, right in the most ancient times. The first literature that we have before us, you can call it a literature. It is a biography written by Valmiki, which at one particular point not only became a biography but became an autobiography. When Rama abandoned Sita, particularly saying you abandon her near sage Valmiki's ashram, what was his intention? She will get the protection of Valmiki. When a king abandons his wife, no subject will have the right or power to accept her and give protection. The only person above the king is the saint, is the ascetic. The kings and emperors go and fall at the feet of the ascetic seeking blessings, advice and direction. Valmiki was a great sage that Rama felt confident that if my Sita is abandoned at his door, he will certainly find her and give her protection. So I am not going to be doubtful about it. Sita will be much more cared and more auspicious things will come out of her than if she were continue to live with me. Lakshmana exactly did so and went back. He did not tell her why he was taking her and what for. In fact, a lie was told to her. Sita had wanted to serve, be of service to some saintly ascetic people during pregnancy because it is good for the child in the womb. So, under that pretext, Rama said, you take Sita so that she will have no problem. Exactly so, Lakshmana did. And after reaching Valmiki's hermitage, he said, my brother has asked you to abandon you, so sister-in-law, please excuse me, I am leaving you and going away. Rama was pretty sure that it will not be an abandonment. It will be a new paternal care and protection for her. Exactly so it happened. Valmiki came out, he was told that a young, good-looking, pregnant lady appearing to be a queen is crying in front of the hermitage. Valmiki with his disciples went there, saw her and said, my dear daughter, I don't blame you, nor do I blame your husband. What you desperately need now is care and protection. You are pregnant. I have got my householder disciples. You live here like my daughter, with no worry or anxiety. Your maternity will be looked after, pregnancy will be looked after, everything will be. In fact, instead of having one child, she had two. because she was under the custody of sage Valmiki. From that moment onwards, the biography sage Valmiki was writing became autobiography because he was involved in caring and looking after Sita, the birth of her children, etc. Now this Ramayana which Valmiki wrote in the Treta Yuga, it has reached the nooks and corners of India. In those remote days where we did not have any kind of a communication system as we have now, I think our government should inquire to find out how they were able to reach this text with all its details to the nooks and corners of India. Mind you, we don't have a single language throughout. We have so many provincial, state languages. The inter-provincial language, official language was Sanskrit, that's all. So a text written in Sanskrit without a change of syllable was communicated to the people in the nooks and corners of India by some dedicated people. It was the magic pen of Valmiki. Any writing will not be loved by all, but if you read Ramayana, you will find human character, human behavior, human interaction, world's complexity, the entire science and pursuit of interaction, everything is mentioned there. And even when it takes place, it will not be known by anybody. The event will come to pass. But when it is properly documented, depending upon the documenter's skill, insight, purpose, objective, involvement and allied factors, that will be remembered by the people. If Valmiki had not written on Rama the Prince and Rama the King, we would not have known anything about him at all. Before Rama's birth and life and after his birth and life, the great famous Ikshvaku dynasty must have had a few princes like Rama. But we know nothing about them. We only know about Rama. Is it because Rama alone was born? He alone was good and great? He alone lived? He alone married and did great things? No. Because Rama's life alone, sage Valmiki has documented using his ascetic pen. It is more than Rama, Dasharatha's son. Rama was more the pet of sage Valmiki. We have excellent literature. I don't think anywhere in the whole world you can find the treasure called knowledge as much as we have. Ananta Shastram Bahuvedidavyam Swalpascha Kalo Bahavascha Vignaha Yat Sarabhutam Tadupasidavyam Hamsair Yatha Kshiram Bhumishram. Ramayana consists of 24,000 Sanskrit verses. It is impossible to read all of them, remember them, by heart them, etc. But at least a few verses you can read. What is the essence? There is no Rama without Hanuman by his side. In the whole of Ramayana, the manner in which Hanuman played his role and he shines, I don't think even drama shines like Sri Hanuman. So this Hanuman tells Sri Ramachandra a beautiful statement, a confession. I am going to recite it, saying that it is the essence All other things you can leave. Ever since Hanuman met Sri Ramachandra, Ramachandra became his Lord, his subject and object of devotion. He was a minister serving Sugriva. That position continued, but he became a devotee of Lord Rama. You may be anywhere, occupying any position. That does not affect the growth and enrichment of your heart and mind. So Hanuman made Sri Rama his pet lord. And he tells him once, what? Deha buddhya tu dasosmi, jiva buddhya tvadamshakaha, atma buddhya tvamevaham, iti me nishchita madihi. This one verse will represent the entire spiritual culture and treasure of our great holy land. My dear Mahaprabhu Sri Ramachandra, Deha buddhya tu dasosmi. I have about me and my relationship with you 3 points of view. 3 or 4. Deha buddhya tu dasosmi. When I consider that I have this body, I am this body. Think about the body. I can only say that I am your servant. My whole life is meant to serve you. That is my mission. And I serve you with my body. You are my master, my Lord. I am your servant. So your body and my body. You sit on the Lord's seat and I stand in the servant's place. Deha buddhya tu dasosmi. I am your humble servant. Jiva buddhya tvadamshakaha. This body is after all inert. It is animated by the spirit, by the life in it. So when I think of myself as the spirit, then tvadamshakaha, I am a part of your being. I am part of your being. Like a drop of milk and the whole milk of which is a drop, they are the same, like a spark of fire. I am your small part. The quality I have and the quality you have are the same. We are not different. Atma buddhya tvamevaham. When I go further into what is this spirit, what is this jiva, I am able to reach a state where I understand there is only one presence that is all-pervading. The presence that pervades my body, and the presence that pervades your body, and the presence that pervades in between and beyond our bodies is all the same. Tvamevaham. I am you yourself. I am you yourself. 3 points of view. Thinking of the body, I feel I am your servant. Thinking of myself as the life animating my body, I am your part. And thinking of what is this essence that is present within me, I believe my presence and your presence are the same, there is no difference. Iti me nishchita madi. This is my considered view, opinion and conclusion. Can you appreciate this verse? Just see how Valmiki has put the entire knowledge about religion, spirituality and philosophy into 32 letters, making them a poetic composition of 4 lines, Anushtupavarta. In the last he says, this is my considered view, and in the 3 he says, one after the other, 3 evaluations about himself and his relationship with Lord Rama. Deha buddhya tu dasosmi, jiva buddhya tvadamshakaha, atma buddhya tvamevaham, iti me nishchitamadi. If you learn this verse, your whole knowledge about devotion, God, spirituality, self and moksha will become complete. You will have no doubt. No doubt about God, about yourself, about your relationship. What a beautiful verse. See, our country has produced all these celebrated Subhashitams right from prehistoric times. When we say prehistoric, nobody can trace that period because it has beyond the reach of history. History is available for about 2024 now, add another 500 or 600 years more. We have history going up to only 2500 or 2600 years back. Anything beyond that, before that, is prehistoric. So when? Nobody will be able to say. It can be 5,000, 10,000, maybe a lakh of years, maybe still more. Because nobody will be able to precisely say it's only this much old. Because it is prehistoric. So I would like you to understand these things and make your children also learn. Our youth is not at all having a proper direction. Our academics are not handled properly. There is no reverence and devotion to the motherland cultivated in minds of the people, children. Our radio programs, even Doordarshan programs, see, they should teach the people. They should mold the subjects. Every time, every day, children are getting born and they are growing. So they should be taught that you have a motherland. Every child is born at home. Though biologically the children are born at home, in terms of their mind and intelligence, they are the children of the land. They are citizens of the country. This one idea do parents cultivate in them. Can the parents give them a passport? It's a right allowed by our constitution and government that a child born in India is an Indian child and it has freely moved within the boundaries of India. It's a right which the nation has given, not the mother and the father have given. They cannot give. So what is the place of nation? What is the place of the land? Our mother is this land. We get all the resources from there. The child is born into the earth. The mother is also lying on the earth and delivering the child. So which is the root, the mother or the motherland? Should not this idea be told to them, made them understand? And as the land is, so its culture also is. So, Deha buddhya tu dasosmi, jiva buddhya tvadamshakaha, atma buddhya tvamevaham, iti me nishchitamati. So you may not read all the Shastras. Read the essential part of it. Learn it well. Master it. And keep it as your own inner treasure to inspire you and guide you in all matters of your life. This is certainly possible. Remember this well. Harihi Om Tas. Jaya Guru. Jaya Guru.